This Bender might rub you up the wrong way. Now that's because it's not like your traditional, typical hot rod style cruiser. Oh no. When you think of those, you think of thumping, pulsing V-twins, you think of aggressive, roary V4s, and even in the case of Triumph with their Rocket 3, you might even think inline triple. But with this, it's so different. At its heart, we have a screaming, revvy inline-four engine, and it is just not an engine configuration that I typically associate with these kind of cruisers at all. So I'm very interested to find out how it rides and formulate an opinion on it. So if you're interested in that, then definitely keep watching. So this is the Benda LFC 700, and honestly, it's one of the most unusual bikes I've seen in a while. It's running a 676cc inline-four engine that makes 85 brake horsepower at just over 10,000 RPM and about 60 Nm of torque at 8,600 RPM. Up front you've got KYB suspension with compression adjustment, and the rear's adjustable for preload. So despite the mad styling, it's actually pretty decently set up. Braking handled by twin 320mm discs with Brembo 4-piston calipers up front, radially mounted of course, with a single 260mm disc with a 2-pot caliper at the back, dual channel ABS as well. The design though, this is where things really stand out. A 310mm rear tyre, that's redonkulous. A wheelbase that's 1720mm, yeah, it's a long boy. The mirrors look incredible as well as being practical, and the whole stance is just pretty wild. It's got a 5-inch TFT dash with Bluetooth connectivity, backlit switchgear, and full futuristic LED lighting. So it's not all show, it's properly modern underneath. And that exhaust, a 4x4 setup, it looks very crazy, very unique, and thankfully sounds even better than it looks. So yeah, the Benda LFC 700, not your average cruiser. It's a bit mad, a bit futuristic, and definitely one of those bikes you have to see up close and personal to appreciate. Alright guys, we're on the big Benda. Ooh! Handles so strange with that 310 rear. So bloody strange. What is going on here? It's particularly busy for this time of day. I don't really want to get caught in that run on the road, because this thing likes to follow grooves and all sorts. Oh! Okay. Right, so first off, we're doing a bit of motorway just for a junction. Oh, crikey. Right, so we're in 6th gear. It's 74 miles an hour, 6,000 RPM. Revs to 11. It's very, very high revving. Let's have a look at these mirrors. What can we see? Can we see anything at these speeds? You know what? We got a little bit of buzz, but it's clear enough to see what's going on behind, even if there is a bit of vibration. Right, so I hope you can hear me. This is all pot luck if you can. Speaking of pot luck, there's a smell of marijuana in the air. Well, it is Bolton. What do you expect? But whilst I'm on the motorway, I'm just thinking, what would I want to know as a consumer of this video? Well, ergonomically, it's quite nice and quite small, and I've got forward controls, but they're not too far forward, so I do actually feel in control. Where on, say, the likes of the Rocket 3 GT, I really struggle with those forward controls. Like, it writes the bike off for me. But with these, it's okay. It's not a problem at all. Bars are nice and wide, large and in charge. We love it. At motorway speeds, I'm not getting many vibrations through the actual bars, but I'm getting a fair bit through the pegs. I do have to comment on that. But then again, I'm not quite sure you get one of these bikes to go and sit on motorways for just long amounts of time. Because it's tickling my feet. Right, so we're gonna come off the motorway, drop it down, few gears. If this car pulls its finger out, we might all be able to go. Yeah! The finger's well and truly pulled out. Oh, okay. Oh, it's so weird to lean. It's so weird. It feels so crazy. Oh my god. 310mm rear on a 12-inch rim. Holy guacamole. Oh my god. I've never ridden on anything with this fat an ass. Let this car go. Could have made more of an effort though. Do you know what I mean? Right, so tank capacity 17 litres. That's a good amount of capacity. Oh, what is this on the road? Well, that is not confidence inspiring in the slightest. Oh, I know exactly what it is. I can smell it. It's horse. Oh my god, that is not what you want to happen when you are going around a roundabout on, I think, the fattest rear tyre on a production bike, and you see that. Yeah, my heart skipped a little bit of a beat then, can't lie. That was not a fun experience, to say the least. So yeah, I feel like on a bike like this there are many impracticalities, but I don't feel like you buy it as a practical bike. I feel like you buy it as a statement bike. To me, it's the equivalent of, you know, people that, I don't know, ride around in like Predator helmets. Do you know what I mean? Or like covers on the helmets. Like, no disrespect to them, that's what they want to do. But it makes them stand out. It's a statement piece, isn't it? I feel like this bike is definitely a statement piece. Now, one thing I do like about this bike is its seat height. 695mm. Look at me. I've got bent legs. I never have bent legs. Now, I'll insert some footage now of me sat on this bike. And I'm a 5'4" individual, or 162 centimetres, with a 29-inch inside leg measurement, or 73.66 centimetre inside leg measurement if you prefer that. And this is what it's like for me to sit on it. That's pretty good, isn't it? Pretty good. The weight of this thing, 287 kilograms, and I don't think it feels that heavy. Like, it feels heavy, but I don't feel like it feels that heavy, as in 287 kg worth of heaviness. I'll pop some imagery now of me just pushing it around. We've currently got 100% showing on the 5-inch TFT. And to be fair, it's a nice clear dash. Can't really complain too much at that. Steering input, you got to put up a bit of a fight, a little bit of a fight, you know, just to make it do what you want it to do. I mean, on roads like this, it's not too bad. Now we're currently in a 30, so we got to behave. Roads like this, it's not too bad. However, where I live, it's riddled with potholes, with uneven surfaces, broken tarmac, cambers. And oh my god, riding this off my drive to my filming location, I felt like I was fighting it the whole way. I felt like I was riding on flat tyres or low pressure tyres. That's the sensation it gave me. But now we're on like more open roads, how the tyres are feeling is much better than when I was near home and just trying to navigate all those divots and, you know, terrible road surfaces, because it was a workout. It was a workout. So yeah, if you live off a farm or like gravel tracks and stuff, might be a bit awkward to get in and out. I like the practical touches of this bike, such as the USB in a good place. So if you wanted to put your phone on your bars there, you could have it on charge. I really do like that little feature. I also love the mirrors, because I just think it's so cool how you can like twist them and, you know, do all kinds of stuff with them. So you can have them as uppies or you can have them as downies. I don't think that's ever been used as a term, but it is now. And one thing about this is it does sound pretty cool. Like for what it is, because you don't expect a bike that looks like Batman would own it to sound like something you'd hear on a track day. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of an odd mash to the senses. Now, one thing that's really good on this so far that I've noticed, the stoppers. The stoppers are pretty impressive. We've got some, as you would have hopefully have seen in the intro, some proper chunky, industrial grade looking calipers. Get in, Benda. Come on. They're showing up. They're showing up. And then we've got the KYB suspension as well. You know, we've got some adjustability for compression. I did try and film the rear shock, but let's just say it's very hidden. So I gave up. Another thing I noticed when filming the B-roll of this, it's chain driven. So a lot of these style bikes, you know, you got the Harleys like this, like the V-Rods and like the Breakouts and the Fat Boys, and they're all belt driven. Then you've got things like the Rocket 3, which are shaft driven. So you don't often see chains on these style of bikes. And you know, it's a Chinese bike. I know a lot of you will probably see that as a negative, but it's dual-sided swing arm as well. I like that car in front, that MG. It's very nice. And very pretty and very beautiful. Oh, bearded men in the vicinity. The next snap. The next snap. They love it. They live for it. Might be a bit of a brave shout taking this over Rivington with its limited handling abilities, but we'll give it a go. Fairly simple TFT. We've got a mode button there, but it's not a mode button at all. There's no modes to this bike, so a little bit of false advertising on that front. It just effectively works as a back button. Oh, right, looks like me and this fancy car are going the same way. I've got a feeling this is going to get interesting because the roads around Rivington are not perfect. Over the tops, they're alright. It's been, you know, resurfaced, but whew, to get to them, we'll see. We'll put it in third gear. So this bike does not have a quick shifter or auto blipper, but one thing it does have, which I am very much a fan of, is a super light clutch. Was not expecting that on this kind of bike. Thought it'd be really heavy and cumbersome. Not at all. It is literally just a job, and I really, really appreciate that. Love leaves on the floor. Yes, net. And another thing that I like, it's got adjustable levers as standard, which is really, really nice for people with my baby hands. Imagine Deadpool when he's growing his hand back. That's my reality. So I really like the fact that it's got that adjustable clutch and brake lever. Hey, we got a nod. We got a nod whilst out around Rivy. But it's 85 brake horsepower. It feels like 85 brake horsepower. 60 newton meters of torque. Kind of feels like it. But I'm not mad at that because, to be honest, I can appreciate all brake horsepower machines. I feel like they all have their pros and the drawbacks as well. Oh, wow, yep, suspension is firm. Oh. So yeah, we've got a bit of a horrible junction to navigate here, especially with all the leaves. I'm going to stop because I want to be doubly sure nothing's coming, and I want to paddle it round because we do have the world's biggest tyre. It was hard to find my feet then because of the forwards. I'm just not used to forwards. Oh! Oh crikey, look at these roads. These are the kind of roads that I'm on about that are not this bike's friend. But I want to go out on like a normal route that I would take. I don't want to have to like fanny around and change my route to accommodate a fatter rear. If I was going to own this bike, these are the places that I would ride it, so I have to be realistic about that. So yeah, we'll take it over all the battered tarmac and see what it's about. Oh my god. Oh, That was not a fun experience. That was not a fun experience. The brakes handled it well, but it's just a long and heavy and ridiculous bike to try and stop. I guess one thing that you've got to account for with this as well are rear tyres, because I can't imagine them being all that cheap. Chippy chip. But I'd imagine it would be quite cheap to insure. I'd have to check that, but like with the Rocket 3, you know, it's seen as a cruiser, so it goes on the lower banding of insurance when really it's an absolute monster. Oh wow, okay. Should have brought the jet ski out. Instead we brought the Benda out. But yeah, I'm literally just taking it easy today. Like, don't expect any heroics, any flying laps over Rivington. I'm just trying to figure this thing out, because it does ride so differently. You know, I might actually do an overtake here, why not? Although I might regret that, because it might actually take me a good few years to get round this bend, so they might not be thanking me. Although we've got a car doing 11 miles an hour in this national, so maybe I won't actually struggle too much. I'm gonna try and take it as wide as possible. No, I can't, because there's a car coming. I just have to be dedicated to the hustle of bringing it in. That wasn't too bad. Oh crikey. It's such a strange feeling, because you do feel it track the road. We'll see if it's clear. You can see it's clear, so wind it on. Oh, okay. It sounds pretty nice when you wind it on, but I ain't gonna barrel it into here, because I like to think I've got half a brain cell and I won't want it to go wrong here. There we go. Wow. No quick shifter, but you can fake shift it. Also don't want to end up jumping over this hump, because that would not go well. Can you imagine? It really would be a Batman bike then. Right, so this is like a little chicaney bit of Rivington, so this will be quite interesting to say the least. I'm going to put it in a more appropriate gear. Oh, it's actually quite fun though. So here we are at the chicaney bit, but also just trying to avoid white lines, paintedness. Oh, we've actually got like a stream. Gotta love autumn. I mean, you've not for the roads, but you have for the view. Sounds good though. Ooh. Get on the stoppers here. The stoppers are pretty good at working quite abruptly, so that's good. Oh, look at that. It's so funny because I am like a straight line warrior on this. I ain't gonna lie, I can't deny it. It just whack up in the throttle when it's straight, but the minute I come up to a bend I'm like, ah! Alright. Oh man, it just feels so odd to ride. It feels very rewarding. Like, absolutely rewarding. But yeah, it just takes a bit of manhandling, a bit of physical input to get around slower, tighter bends. We survived Rivington! Woo! Oh, look at the silhouette. It's tasty. It's tasty. I think the frame is quite odd on this. Quite odd. It's just a mass of frame. You've got the ignition, the key into the frame, which is kind of an interesting feature. Alright, so we're in a 50, so let's open her up a little bit. Oh, nice fake quick shifter there, that felt good. There we go. Right, so we've got a nice sweeper. I think Belmont should be good for this bike, because it's all about the big sweepers. One thing that I have noticed about riding a bike of this kind of size and tyre size, you know, it's got a big 12-inch rim. I don't think they're very good at holding a stable line mid-sweeper, like a real flowy bend. Like, they're just not very good at holding it steady. Like, you could just be holding it like you normally will, but like, can you see it? Especially any kind of bumps from the road is gonna really exacerbate it and exaggerate it more than you would normally notice on something with regular sized tyres and wheels, conventional sized tyres and wheels. But you know what? It's interesting. It's interesting. Is it the kind of bike that I would personally own? No. Do I definitely think there's a market for it? Yes. I need you to tell me in the comments whether or not the Benda tickles your pickle. Wow, a big black horse. What a beast. What a black beauty. So this bike is only available in black. Speaking of black beauties, that's how my brain works, just associates things. But I quite like it in black. And the finish is relatively premium, I would say, for what it is. Like, you wouldn't expect the finish to be so nice from a Chinese machine. It's actually something that you look at and, you know, you could be proud of it. Right, time to ride on the motorway. Let's give it a bish bash bosh, shall we? Put it into second, we are clear. Let's go. Right. Alright, so you can get up to motorway speeds fairly swiftly, and you know what, it sounds real tasty doing it as well. Now I have to say, on cruises where my feet are forward, I usually get something, I fall victim, I fall foul to something called crease cramp. Can any of you relate to crease cramp, or is that just another weird thing that I've ended up making up? When the wind hits my feet and pushes it and I'm just like kind of tense and like quite stretched out, I get the most horrendous cramp where my legs meet my body, and it's actually awful. But with this, I don't know, the ergos just seem like quite nicely suited to a smaller person like me. Obviously I can't speak for any larger, taller individuals. You'll have to watch other reviews if you want to know how they feel. But I'm actually pleasantly surprised about how it feels for me. So I definitely think you should put all your prejudices aside and test ride a Benda. Right, I'll catch you all at my outro. Right everybody, so you've just seen me ride the Benda LFC 700, Liverpool Football Club, can't get my head around that. And hopefully I took you along for my impressions. Now if I've missed anything, please do let me know in the comments and I'll try and elaborate on that. Right, on the screen now I'm going to put my pros and my cons. Feel free to pause so that you can digest them, it just helps to keep the video shorter. But yeah, what do you think of the Benda? As mentioned in my pros and cons, I do think the name Benda is going to be a bit of a hard sell in the UK, but thankfully with the LFC there isn't too much Benda branding, which might make it easier for some of you guys. to stomach if you were thinking about buying this, because it is so unique. And let's face it, the price of this compared to the stuff that's on the market, yeah, granted, the stuff that's on the market, like the Diavels of the world, the Rocket 3s of the world, the Breakouts, the, you know, if you can get a used V-Rod, you know, stuff like that, Fat Boys even, you know, with big 240 rears. If you're interested in those kind of bikes, they are going to cost you definitely at least double the price of this Benda LFC. Even though it does deliver quite a different experience because it is a high revving inline-four that produces 85 horsepower. So, yeah. Take what you want from that. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you all on the next one. All right, bye.